Let us now apply the Kirchhoff's second rule to this half loop to make your concept more clearer, and then you will use in the second loop yourself. Here you can see that the loop ABC, we are traversing along the path A, B, E, F, A. So I'll write here A, B, E, F, A. Now when we are moving along the loop A, B, E, F up to this path length, there is no cell across this length. So we are not writing here E1 or E2. But when we are moving across this, there is a current which is flowing through the resistance. Since the direction of current and the direction of our loop path which we are looping is the same, so this product I3 R3 is taken to be positive. So product I3 R3 is taken to be positive. Now when we are moving along E F A, this resistance R1 has occurred, and the direction of current across this resistance is same in the direction we are looping the loop. So that product I1 R1 is also taken to be positive, which is equal to this EMF. Now while traversing the loop, the negative terminal of the cell encountered first, so that is taken to be positive, right? Similarly, we can have this loop B. When we are moving B, C, D, E, B, B, C, D, B, C, D, E, B, in this positive terminal encountered first, so EMF E2 is taken to be negative. This resistance is having direction of current opposite to the direction in which we are looping the loop, so the product I2 R3 is taken to be negative. Similarly, this product is also taken to be negative because we are looping the loop in this direction and the direction of current is opposite to our direction. So according to this rule, voltage rule also follows that conservation of energy always takes place. Conservation, just like in first rule we have proved that conservation of charge takes place, here the conservation of energy takes place. Sometimes this question comes where this is very important. Write the significance of Kirchhoff's rules. When it is not particularly mentioned about the first rule or second rule, then you will show that first rule follows the conservation of charge, while the second rule follows the conservation of energy. Now to prove this, how it follows the conservation of energy, since this is a loop rule and the charge is moving across the loop, right? And while moving across the loop, we know that the work done by electrostatic force is zero. Why? Because closed loop, there is a closed loop, and we know that for the closed loop the total work done is always zero. Now since work done is zero, it means the change in energy which can takes place when the charge is flowing across the loop is zero. Change in energy is zero. Change in energy is zero. Since there is no change in energy, so it means there is no gain or no loss of energy, and hence energy remains conserved. Hence proved.